Okay, so it's a simple one. Like this is one way you can have a separate column name as a separate one, and in the list you can have a tuples, and in the tuples you can give the. Means in the real time you never create a data frame like this. Okay, so either you will be creating it from the CSV file, you will be creating it for from the other file types, or you will be creating there will be existing a connection established. You might be fetching the data from the database. Okay, means we can do the connectivity of this Oracle is there, right? So we can have a connectivity between this Oracle database or the SQL Server database to this pandas, and we can fetch this table as a data frame here. So means in real time, in the real project, you never do, means manually you never create these tables like this kind of a data frames, but we'll be working on the test data frame, and you should be aware with the syntax of it, how we can create a data frame. Okay. Understood, right?
Yes, sir. It's like we import it from either Excel sheets or CSV or like any data
Yes,
source.
yes. So it depends on the source system you have. It might be anything. Based on this, you will be fetching the data. Okay, so let's have one example maybe. Let's have this CSV, right? This one is department. Let me have this um, kind of structure. You're able to see this notepad, right? You can see the
Yes, sir.
file. I'm saving this file. Mm, to where? Okay, was it where we are working? Let me have this.
We can see the Excel sheet notepad.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Excel sheet, yes. Okay, fine. Just give me a minute. I'm just creating the file. Be able to see it. Employee information dot CSV. I'm creating one CSV file. I created one CSV file. Now you're able to see this bit.
Yes, sir.
So what I did is I simply created a CSV file based on the Excel sheet that we had in this uh, frame. Okay, this CSV I have created one file. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to import that CSV file. Okay, so how I can do this? Let me have it as a comment. So where I have this file, I just want to go to this location, copy the location name. This is where we have the file. I need to copy the file name as well, or else you can right click on this full path. You can copy and paste it here. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to create a data frame, right? So pandas data frame emp info is equal to pd dot. When you say dot, okay, you will be able to see when I say read. So what all options you are able to see? You can read underscore CSV. Okay, means you can read the CSV file. You can read the SQL table. For this, you need to give the query and the connection details. In the connection details, you need to provide the username, password, and the schema name. Sorry, the username, password, port name. Sorry, port number and host name. When you give this connection, we'll be seeing this one example how we can connect with the database. I think some of you I might shown prior to this. Okay, some of you might be aware how we can connect with the DB. Then the Hadoop file is there, read Excel is there, read JSON is there, HTML is there, Parquet file is there. Okay. Number of options are there. So XML is also there. So this type of files you can read. Okay, got it? Understood? Clear sabko?
Yes, sir.
So,
Any questions? It's a function, so use the round bracket in single quote. Just give the location of that file wherever you have this CSV file. Okay, and you need to give the double backslash. Okay, so in Python, you need to just give the make sure that you'll be giving the double slash and simply say print of this data frame and execute it. Okay, so it's giving the details here as well, 15 rows and 8 columns. So are you able to see this? All the a table?
yes. Sir, what are these three dots in between?
So it's a part of a formatting. So it is not able to, fit in this frame. So some of the columns it's keeping. Let's suppose if we have 100 columns, so it will not able to, show it in a proper window in single window. So while showing it, it is showing it. There are some data columns that it is skipping. Okay.
Okay, understood. Yes.
Sir, this is CSV file, right? So we did not use anywhere to change it as a data frame, but still it is showing as a table. So is this a proper table structure in the results, or we need to change it again?
No, it's a proper data frame now.
Okay, okay. And that PD dot read under CSV changes the comma separated value to table directly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's correct. Okay. Okay, so when you say type of VD EMP info, you will be able to say it what panda core frame dot data frame. What is the type of it? It's a data frame. Understood?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Yogita.
Sir, how to read Parquet file here?
In a similar way, you can use the Parquet file. Okay. So we'll see. We are going to see the example of that Parquet file as well, but the method will remain same. So for that, we need to understand what is the Parquet file, how it's storing the data and all. So that's the reason I'll not be, taking that example, but we are going to see that. And in the similar way, we are going to read it. Okay. There is no any other difference. Okay. I'll create a sample Parquet file and I can show you that as well. So this is what the options you can see it here. Okay. What all options are there? This is what the first argument. Options means what argument. Okay. So this is what the arguments while reading the CSV. This is what the options we have. First one is what file path. Okay. So we need to give the file path. Then separator, delimiter, whether it's having the headers or not, headers, names, index columns. Okay. So multiple options are there. Okay. So means while reading the file, if you want to explore these options, you can explore this as well. Okay. If I give this, if I say separator. If there is a different separator apart from the comma, we can give this separator as well. Delimiter, we can give the field separator, delimiter, header. Okay, so these all options are there. We'll see some of the options maybe later. Headers, if you don't want, if your file is not having this header, you can give it as header is equal to false and all. Okay, these options you can use it. Okay, so I'll not go into that detail. We'll see that. Okay, fine. So this is what the data frame, it's printing like a data frame here. Okay, so it's creating based on the file. This is what the file, based on the file, it's creating the data set. Okay, so let me do one thing. Maybe
Just a minute away.
please mute if you're not speaking. Please mute yourself. Okay? Okay. So it's giving secrets. I think it's converting into this one. Fine. Okay, so you understood, right? How we can create a data frame using a test data, how we can create it using the CSV file, right? So there are some methods. When I say methods or functions related to this data frame, dot info. Okay, when you say info, and you can print this, okay, and just execute it. So this is what your data frame data. Okay, this is what the number of rows and columns it's showing as part of a print data frame. This is what a type of, what type of, what is the type of this object? It's a data frame, you are able to see it. And then again, in terms of info, okay, even if I comment it out and execute it, so you will be able to see the info. When I say info, it's kind of a description, correct?
Description about the metadata.
Yes, yes. So when in SQL, what we say, DESC, then table name. In Oracle, it's the same way. Means in Oracle, we say describe, right? Describe and the table name. Okay, let's suppose any of the table, I'll be taking it here. So table name, say apply and say execute it. So what it will show the metadata of it, like the number of columns and the data types, correct? And how we can see the information about the table in SQL Server? Does anyone remember?
Sir, now you told me describe.
Sorry, Rakshit.
Now only you just told us a describe.
That is an Oracle. Sir is asking an SQL server.
Means this is the Oracle database, okay? Means some of you are aware with the Oracle database, some of you are aware with the SQL Server database. How we can see this description of the table? So in Oracle, Rakshit, you know, like I might not told you, but yeah, you can use that describe or DESC to see the table structure. I think you can use the information dot schema table, select star from, right? I think.
Sir, on the left pane also you get that when you do expansion, now you get the detail.
Yes, you can get those details. That is correct. But in SQL Server here,
I'm talking about SQL Server. When you
Ah.
expand the table, now
Yes,
you will
yes,
get the info itself, which will have primary key and those details.
correct, correct. You will get that, but using the query. how you can get this. Sometimes, okay, you might not have access to see the table, or these options might not be visible to you. You should be aware with the queries. Okay, so when I say info, what it is showing? It's showing what type of this object is there. Index range, how many number of index entries are there, number of rows, and index 0 to 14. This is what the index value. It is starting with what? It is starting with 0, and it is going till what? 14. Data column, total 7 columns are there. Okay, so if you see it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 salary, and one more column is it has which column? Gender column उसने skip कर लिया. Okay, that is fine. But we have a 7 columns. What all info is there? The column, its detail, its index, and then not null values are there. And this is what the data types are. Okay. So when I say data types, we have a data types in Python, and maybe you can see pandas. Okay. So in Python, what we have is a simply int data type is there. Okay. It's saying it as a int 64. It's similar to this one. The similar way, this is what the string is, right? So we have in Python, it's a string. Okay, and here we have it as an object. Okay, it can have it's a string like a data type, you can say, and it can have what we can say the kind of mixed data type, integer, and as well as the string like data type is. Okay, so in the string it's str, right? It's str, and here it has an object. Okay, then we have a float, and here it's a float 64. It's adding the bit actually. I think it's the object and all. Okay, and here we have date time here, and here also we have a date time 64, I believe. Okay, this is what the data types we. So when you say dot info, it is printing the information about it, and then what all total memory it is using, it's printing that, or the memory utilization as well. Okay, understood? Clear as it goes? So to go through these details, you can refer the website, that is Python. Sorry, say pandas org. Hit enter. This is the official website of the pandas. Okay. When I say official website, you can bookmark it and save it somewhere else. This is okay. I think this is what the official website I pinged in our meeting chat. Okay. So you can refer this website to learn the pandas in detail. This is the official website. Okay. So when you click on this, and when you go to this documentation, and here you can download the documentation. When you go to the documentation, user guide, a reference. So see, series data type is there. Okay, if you want to perform any operation on the series data type, see index, arrays, values, and every possible functions they have given. If you are performing the operation on the data frame, see what all functions are there. So info is one of the functions that we are. Are you able to see this website? Can you see the website?
Yes, sir.
You're able to see those on screen, the website that I have opened, pandas.org, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yes.
this dataframe.info, this is the function that we are discussing. But like a function, there is a D types, means a data types, data frame data types. Return the data types in the data frame. The columns, it will return the columns label of the data types. Okay. So index, row label of the frame, it will return the index values. It will return it's a numpy representation of the data frame. Okay. Then what is the size of it, shape of it, whether it's empty or not. Indicator, it's whether it's empty or not. Conversion, okay, as type, if you want to change the type of it, so you can use the conversion. So you see, it is very difficult to cover all these functions, okay. Even 10 hours might not be, enough to cover all this, okay. But what all important things are there, we'll try to cover the possible operations. The lock is there, iLock is there, at is there, head is there, tail is there, items is there, key is there. So all those things are there. Okay, where mask, query. Okay. So if you're doing the group by, okay, group by and the groups, how it works. Data frame group by dot aggregator. Okay, so series data frame group by. Only group by might be there. So many operations are there. We are going to learn one by one. So no worries. Okay. So this is what the info that we have discussed. Okay, so let me do one thing. Copy, paste it as a comment. Okay, and say PDF data frame emp info dot, when you say columns, execute it. It's not callable. Let's have the columns only. Okay, it is printing this data frame and then its details and then columns as part of an index. Employee ID, full name, salary, gender, city, manager ID, department, like this. Okay. Similarly, what all functions are there? That is D types. When you say D types, it's not this one function. Okay. Let me just comment it out. Print the D types. So what it is doing? It's doing what? It's a kind of printing the data type of each objects. Got it? Yes, right? Any questions? Does anyone have any questions here? Are you following me? Okay, do one thing. If you are getting the things, please type yes. If you're not getting, say no. Perfect. Atul is getting, Tushar is also getting, Srinivas is also getting. Okay. What about others? Okay, Yogita, good. What about others? Akshay, Sachin, good, good, good. Perfect. Yes, Karan. Perfect. Fine, fine, fine. Good.
Sir, we can check NA over here and we can replace it by 0 also, na? In this. There
Yes,
is a,
yes, we can do this.
or we can use a 0 null ZN or something like that.
Sorry?
We can replace NA by 0 and like which are null values, we can replace them by 0 and null.
Yes, yes, yes. We can do this. Definitely, we can do this. We'll see the null operation. We are going to see everything. What all operations we can perform on the SQL table, all these operations we can perform it on the data frame. That is not an issue. Okay. So when I say index, so it is starting with what? 0. Stop it what? 15. Means stop means what? End value minus 1. That is 1 to 15. And step is 1. So it's returning this index. What else is there? You can explore these functions. Okay, this is the official website that I have shared with you. So it is important one. Okay, when I say values, it will give the values. Shape is important. Yeah, size is there, shape is there.